This is home link 1-8, finding the differences. The first part of this homework says fill in the numbers on the number grid below. So students need to fill this number grid in using the given numbers. I try to remind students that when they write a number to the right of another number, they should think about adding 1. When they write a number to the left of another number, they should think about subtracting 1. The next part is the tricky part, because when they write a number above a number, they have to subtract 10. And when they write a number below another number, so when they go down a number, they have to add 10. That sometimes students get confused, because down should seem to be subtract and up should seem to be add. But that's not the case with the number grid. So if students are wondering what they should do, when they go to the left, they minus 1, subtract 1. When they go to the right, they add 1. When they go up, they subtract 10. When they go down, they add 10. And this number grid actually is pretty simple in that it kind of goes right in order. So we take a look here, 132. We're going to go just to the left of that and take away 1. We'll get 131. Now 132, we know that the next number, adding 1, is 133. Now students can just fill the grid in by adding a number across the top. So we have 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140. Now, sometimes when students get to this part, they're not quite sure what to do. So, you can see it's just adding 10 going down, 140, 150. Okay, if we go to 131, if we add 10 to that, it's 141. Now, you could just keep adding 10, 132 to 142, 133 to 143, or once students figure out that this is 141, they can count by 1 going to the right. 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, and 149. And if we check, we can see we've added 10 each time. The number in our tens place changes. We've just added 10. And again here, we can see 140, 150, 160. Okay, and some students may go right down through and fill this right out. 170 and 180. So we know our number grid ends at 180, and then students need to go back and fill in the other numbers, either by adding 10 going down, so 151, 152, or adding 1 across, 153, and they can check with the existing numbers. There's 153, 154, 155. Yep, that makes sense. You can add 10 going down, 156, and we can see that number comes after 155. So this number grid should have all the numbers in order. That is what a number grid is, and students should be familiar with using the number grid. Just fill it in order. They are expected to know that at this point. So you see add 10, 161, 162, 163, 164. Yep, check that. Add 10, 154 to plus 10 is 164, 165, 166, 167. So all students should fill this in before trying to complete this work. And it should be filled in correctly as I have it here. Hopefully I've gotten everything in the right spot. And everything should match up. 176, 177, 178, 179, and ending at 180. So now this says, use the number grid above to help you answer the following questions. Which is more, 154 or 131? Well, a lot of kids already know that 131 is less than 154, which means that 154 is more. Kids should be able to take a look at this number grid, because there are numbers they're not sure of, and they should be able to say, okay, let's see, find 154 and find 131. Well, any number that is above another number is going to be less. Any number either to the right of or to the right of and above is going to be less. So kids should know that as they work with the number grid. Some of them have got this, some of them don't. And it's very, very important that if they don't have it, that they practice. And so you can give your child other questions beyond just the ones that are here. Just have a conversation with them about it. So if we look at 154, we can see that 131 is definitely above. So that automatically makes it less. So 150, and it's to the left. So makes it less. So if 131 is less, we know that 154 is more. And this is the trick. How much more? So if kids are going to use the number grid to figure this out, they can count. They can count by tens going up. They can do 10, 20, 1, 2, 3 until they get to the number. So again, that's tens. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3 until they get back to the number. We know that. And hopefully kids will recognize that this is a subtraction problem. I don't mind if they want to just subtract the number. So you can just write right over here, 154 minus 131, and have kids practice their subtraction. So 4 minus 1 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0, so the answer is 23. And any way that they can subtract is great. That's another skill that we are working on. Now, which is less, 177 or 148? So these are the two numbers that we're looking at. And get your children to really focus on those two numbers. So we take a look at 177, it's here. We find 148. And just locating the numbers for some kids takes practice. So you can give them numbers to locate on the grid, have them practice with that. So if we look at which number is above, that's going to be the number that's less, automatically, because they're not in the same row. So 148 is above 177. It's less, and that's that. So 148. Now we want to know how much less. So we're going to count. We're going to say it's 10, 20. Now if we go all the way here to 30, that's going to be one too many because it's over this way. So we go to 30 and we take away 1, which should be 29. And I'm going to write that right here, and then I'm going to check it with subtraction, with a basic borrow and carry method of subtraction. 177 minus 148, and I'm just going to set it up like this. And I can't do 7 minus 8, so I'm going to make this 17. I'm going to do 17 minus 8. I'll zoom over this so you can see a little better. 17 minus 8 is 9. And since I borrowed 10 from here, I need to make this a 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. And we see, indeed, the answer is 29. Now, I'm trying to also help kids understand that when they see that how much more, how much less, we are talking about subtraction. We are talking about this little mark here, subtraction. Kids need to recognize how much more, how much less means subtraction. Okay? And also the other key word that kids need to know means subtraction is difference. Please review this with your kids at home. If they can know this, at least they'll know what they have to do to get their answers. Okay? This is the difference between 180 and 158 is, so I'm going to set this problem up right away so that I know I'm subtracting 180 minus 158. Okay? You're going to want to have the kids find the number on the number grid, so 180 and 158, and I'm going to count up. I'm going to say 10, 20, and then I got to do a little bit more, 20, 21, 22. So my answer is 22 using the number grid, and then I'm going to check it with some subtraction. And just to show you what I've been doing with some of the kids, I haven't done the 3-digit subtraction breaking it down yet, but I've been having some of them do 100 plus 80, okay, and then they would do plus 0 because there's nothing there, minus 100 plus 50 plus 8. Okay, because that helps some kids understand the place place value of things, what's actually happening in the subtraction problem. Have them draw a line right under that. They know they can't take 8 away from 0 and get a positive number. So it's a lot easier for them to borrow 10 from here and make that a 70 and really see that that's a 70 and give it a 10. So then we do 10 minus 8 is 2. Or plus, everything goes straight down in a line. I'm trying to help kids get it lined right up. Plus 20. Okay, 70 minus 50 equals, sorry about that, I got ahead of myself. 70 minus 50 equals 20. And then carry my plus straight down. 100 minus 100 is 0. So I have 0 plus 20 plus 2. And I know that that equals 22. This method is kind of fun for some kids because they get to do sort of addition at the end of their subtraction problem, which a lot of kids like better than subtraction because it's a little bit easier to grasp for some of them. And then down here is basic. So anyway, I'm sorry, that's using the number grid, and that's some of the subtraction methods I've been working with the kids with. And explain how you found your answer in problem 4. I would want them to tell me which method that they used in words. So I used basic, now am I right? I used the number grid. And I do want kids to practice capitalization and punctuation. I found 180, and then I counted by tens, or tens, to 160. Then I counted by ones to 158. Okay, that would tell me how they got the answer. And if they want to talk about how they did their basic borrowing, carrying, subtraction, that's fine too. I just want to know what they're thinking in this problem. That helps kids understand. And think about other problems when they talk about how they're doing the problems that they do know how to do. Now, for the 6, 7, 8, and 9, I just need to do basic addition and subtraction. So I need to think, 7 plus what equals 13? There are a lot of different ways to do this. I do not care which method your child uses as long as it works. So I'm going to write the answers in. 7 plus 6 is 13. 6 equals 13 minus 7, and I would want the kids to be recognizing the relationship between these numbers. 13 equals 6 plus 7, and 7 equals 13 minus 6. So I would want the kids to recognize that these numbers all go together. Okay, they're related, and I'd want them to recognize how that they are related. And so you can have your child explain to you why these numbers go in the spots that they go in. That's good practice for them. And then the unit, I don't care what they write here. They can write bicycles, or pigs, or computers, or people. It really doesn't matter. But the kids just need to understand that we're counting something. They're not just random numbers somewhere. So for my unit, I'm going to write stickers. Kids love stickers, so that's a great unit to use. And that is how I would like you to complete Homelink 1-8. Please don't hesitate to email or call if there are any questions. And good luck. Thank you.